Good afternoon, Pokésports, and welcome to another VGC Battle Stadium Series 7 video, bringing you a Mr. Rime. I promise it's not completely a meme. Now, this team was requested by Papa Swish on Patreon, so he wanted Mr. Rime to work. I tried my best. I decided to go ahead and give it a Salt Vest, give it the Screen Cleaner, which is actually pretty decent right now because you have a lot of Regigigaluckies with a lot of, dual screens running around. You also have Gigantamax Lapras, which hasn't really gone anywhere with Max Resonance, so you are able to counter that in that sense, which is nice as well. Grimmsnarl isn't as popular, but I guess you could also have Grimmsnarl. You could also have things like Comfy. You could have things like Klefki that all run dual screens as well. But yeah, we're running the Assault Vest with Fake Out and Ice Shard. Ice Shard is there just for the simple reason of proccing Dragapult weakness policy. We all know what Dragapult does. This is a very tanky Dragapult spread, by the way, so I hope I don't miss too many KOs here, but I should be living a lot more. Now, this spread is meant to take one Phantasm from a Dragapult and then dish one back with the weakness policy proc on top of it all. And that obviously being able to KO the other Dragapults. So that's kind of my thought process behind this spread. Dragapult's also a very strong Pokemon in the meta. Ghost of Dragon's an amazing typing. And I do have a little bit of fighting weakness on this team, so Dragapult helps with that as well. But we also do have the Finny. I have a Finny here because I think I really need a way to prevent being burnt, prevent being slept. Because if I'm burnt or slept, my whole team falls apart. Because if you're going to notice, I have a lot of physical Pokemon on this team, including Excadrill. And guess what? Wherever we see an Excadrill, we have a Tyranitar with Focus Sash. Now, I have the weakness policy on Dragapult, so obviously I have the Tyranitar with the Focus Sash. I'm Jolly Max Speed Tyranitar, by the way, so I think that's going to be a little bit fun. And then the Excadrill is obviously Jolly Max Speed with Life Orb as well. In Sand Rush, being able to outspeed things like Alecki, which is kind of like my thought process here. And then to top it all off, we have the Thundurus Incarnate. Now, Thundurus Incarnate has been picking up a lot in usage. Like, a tremendous amount in usage. But people are running the Defiant Life Orb set with physical Thundurus, which is honestly very good. But I'm actually going with a special Thundurus here with Citrus Berry. It's a very old school spread with like Thunder Wave, with like Swagger, with Taunt, and with Thunderbolt. I thought I needed some type of speed control. The Thunder Wave does allow me that form of speed control, paired with, the Dragapult's Max Airstream if I have to go that route as well. So that's kind of my thought process here. We'll try it out. I have no idea if it's still good, but hopefully we can get some battles with the Thundurus Incarnate. But anyway, Mr. Rime, we'll see how it goes. If you guys haven't already hit the like button down below, go ahead and do so. We'll shoot for 200 likes. Just because, guys, I'm using a Mr. Rime here. This is a very hard video to film. Please hit the like button down below. And along with that, if you haven't already subscribed to Pokésports, then what are you doing, guys? Come on. We have rental codes every single day. You have no reason not to. And also, channel memberships are now open so that if you guys want to support Pokésports a little bit more, along with getting your own custom emotes and getting your own sub badges, because we will be starting weekly streams every Wednesday, Battle Stadium, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on Pokésports. So if you want to show off your cool Pokésports emotes, then go ahead and grab that membership. I will leave a link down below to the description of that as well. Anyway, it's battle time. Oh boy, Trick Room Sun Team with Moltres. I am so terrified, but I think we'll be okay. Maybe not. We're gonna be in a little bit of danger because Moltres does take care of my Dragapults very well. And on top of that all, Moltres also does have weakness policy. Most of the time, probably does have weakness policy in this case as well. So that means that he will probably be able to set up his weakness policy and destroy my life. Now, there's a couple things I can do. One of them is lead with the Tyranitar to kind of deal with it a little bit better. But I kind of want to lead with Rime and Pult, because I want to show you guys what Rime and Pult is really made of. And also, if he does lead with the Dusclops, then at least I have a way of hitting the Dusclops for super effective damage. But here we'll do Dragapult Rime. We'll finish it off with the T-Tar Excadrill. I think that'll be our best bet, just because one, we'll be able to change the weather whenever we want, and two, Excadrill is very good against his team, especially that Torkoal and especially that Glastrier. So we'll see how this goes from there. I am so afraid of Moltres. Because when I was team building this, I looked at Moltres, I'm like, wow, Moltres really takes care of my team, huh? But that's why I kind of stuck in the T-Tar there to deal with it a little bit better. If I do see the Moltres, I might just have to swap into T-Tar. Who knows? Daenerys. Oh, please don't. Daenerys, you're not even using a Dragon type. What are you doing? You're not even using a Dragon type. I guess she doesn't need one. Indeedee Clops. Now, I won't be able to go for... I won't be able to go for dragon moves. I won't be able to stop this Trick Room at all, actually. I can't even reset it here because I have the Assault Vest. Oh, no. This is so far bad. If he goes for a Follow Me, I can't even Ice Shard myself. I'm in kind of a predicament. I guess we should just take this opportunity to swap into our slowest Mon, which is the T-Tar. We might be forced to, like, be a T-Tar for now. And then with that said, I guess also go for the Dragon Darts just to get some damage off on both these Pokemon. I don't want to Dynamax our Dragon Pole here for the simple reason I don't think we KO. I mean, we probably KO the Indeedee, but I feel like I'm going to have to stall this Trick Room for as long as I possibly can. There's the Follow Me. Okay, so I did go for the right move, going for the Dragon Darts, because I can't really go for Phantom Force here. So at least I'll get some type of chip damage off on Dusclops, but regardless, I'm in a little bit... That's a lot of damage. Wow, okay. Wait, why did it... Oh, I guess it doubles into Indeedee. Okay, whatever. That's still good. And then he goes for the Trick Room. Okay. Like I said, this is obviously very bad. It's a very bad situation to be in. But I think... I'm not going to Dynamax until I know he doesn't have... Like, until I know that he has... I guess I could just double protect and solid turn, right? I lose nothing just by double protecting. So I'm going to do that. But yeah, I don't want to Dynamax until I know whether he has Will-O-Wisp or not. And I also can't tell which one he wants to Will-O-Wisp. Because he knows I'm a physical Pult. He doesn't know that I'm a physical T-Tar, but I guess most T-Tars are physical. He could also just not have Will-O-Wisp. There's the Follow Me. He really wants to KO in his own ND so he can get the free swap into the Glastrier. He's going for Nightshades into the T-Tar. So he might not have Follow Me here. Do I just keep swapping at this point? Like, he will eventually knock himself out to Sand. That's the sad thing. But I really want to stall out this Trick Room. So I think I will just keep swapping. I'm going to swap into Rhyme. And then swap into Exca. Like, what else can I do? He can't really take out my Pokemon with these two, like, non-factors on the field. So I'm going to let him KO himself to Sand. Or I'm going to let him go down and swap on his own. Because there's no point. There's the Follow Me again, but no one's attacking. This is how you win, boys. Just taking as little damage as possible as he goes for the Nightshade into my Rhyme. Okay. He has how many turns of Trick Room left? 2? I'm going to double protect here again. Right? Like, why not? Let's see. 2 more, right? 2 more turns of Trick Room. I'm going to fake out in Psychic Terrain to be funny. And then I'm going to protect again. Oh, actually, maybe I swap into T-Tar again into the Rhyme spot because I want the T-Tar to be on the field once the... No, because I don't want to also preserve my Sand. So yeah, let's just waste our Mime. Like, what else can we do? I know this fake out isn't going to work. I'm not trying to do damage right now. I'm trying to let the Indeedee go down to Sand and to stall out as many turns of Trick Room as I can. Because the thing is, if I stall out this last turn, he's only going to have 1 more turn of Trick Room. And he's not swapping. This is amazing. Okay, good. Guys, just swap your Pokemon. If you see your opponent doing this to you, just swap your Pokemon. He goes for the Expanding Force. This is resisted on the Rhyme. We have Assault Vest, too. We might actually take this very well. Hey, look how little damage that does, folks. He undoes his Trick Room. I see. I see. Okay. Now we ice. Oh, we can't. Oh, that's so smart. My opponent's a genius. He just undoes the Trick Room. Because we can't Ice Shard yet either. Just freeze dry freeze. May also leave target frozen. Guess what we're going for, boys? Guess what we're going for? We're going for a flinch freeze here. So we're going to freeze the Dusclops and then go for Rock Slide. We're going for the flinch freeze to prevent the Trick Room. Will we get one of the percent chances? Here's the Rock Slide. Bam! Take out the Indeedee. Give ourselves that 30%, followed by this 10%. Let's get it, let's get it. Eat this freeze dry. Well, bam! Ah, yes. Sometimes you have to go for it, boys. Mr. Rhyme won the battle. I don't care what anyone says. Mr. Rhyme won the battle. Oh my goodness. It is funny how we got the lower percent chance too. Guys, when your back's against the wall like that, you just gotta play the game, you know? You gotta play the Pokemon game. We stalled out Trick Room. And now we just have to go for the KO onto the Dusclops, I think. As he goes in with Glastrier. Ugh. Disgust. Utter disgust. So let's go for the freeze jar onto Clops again. And let's go for these. Do we just hope that he stays frozen? Because I kind of want to Steel Spike the Glastrier right now. He could be weakest policy on Glastrier though. So we'll do this. We'll Side Shock Glastrier just to get some damage off. And we'll go for the Steel Spike onto the Clops. I do think we should Dynamax our Excadrill though. We also don't even have to switch in T-Tar yet. There's no point. We'll let the Rhyme go down. Who knows? Maybe my opponent wants to revenge kill this Mr. Rhyme for freezing his Dusclops, right? And I think a Life Orb Max Steel Spike from an Excadrill that hasn't been like stat reduced would be more than enough to KO the Dusclops at that health. So we're Dynamaxing Mike's favorite Pokemon this game. Not bad, not bad. As my opponent is going to Dynamax a Glastrier as well. Now, here's the problem with Glastrier, right? It doesn't matter if it has Trick Room or not. It is still too strong. Like, that's why I don't want to give it Weakness Policy. If it does have Weakness Policy, which it probably does because it's next to Dusclops, then I don't want to be there. I don't want to give him the Weakness Policy. If I can avoid it, I'm going to avoid it for as long as I can. I'd rather make myself tankier in the meantime. Does knock out the Dusclops. Okay, good. I could have maybe played to that freeze and hope that he gets frozen another turn, but I'm not playing that game. I'm not going to play that game. I'm more than happy to get my defense up, followed by the Side Shock, well, bam, to do no damage to Glastrier. As he goes for his own Steel Spike to raise his own defense. I don't like that too much. I do not like that too much. My goal here is to now hit whatever his Sidemon is. That's so bad. That is really bad. The Chillignay is just going to take over. I guess T-Tar's my best bet. Unless he brings in Torkoal. Venusaur. Okay. I think I have to keep going for Venusaur here. I actually have to like double into Venusaur. Because like I said before, I can't go for this Glastrier yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to Fire Punch into Venu. Followed by Steel Spike into Venu to raise our defenses again. We're just going to try to match the defense raises on the Glastrier. He could go for the Steel Spike and Protect with his Venusaur, but most Venusaurs don't have Protect because they like to carry Weather Ball now. They like to carry Weather Ball, they like to carry maybe even Assault Vest, and they like to carry Sleep Powder, so... Not with the Assault Vest, obviously, but you know what I mean. Like, Venusaur has like that 4-move syndrome. It has a very hard time deciding to use Protect or not. Yep, there. No Protect on Venusaur. Amazing. Gonna get the Steel Spike off. Gonna be able to instantly OHKO the Venusaur. And then this is the reason why I didn't go for Fire Punch, or did I? I hope I didn't. I should have gone for Lash Out there. No, I went for Fire Punch. I gave it weakness ball. Okay. Well, I guess we have no reason not to attack it now. Attack it with everything we got. Oh, no. I really thought I went for Lash Out. He went for the Quake. Oh, he's going to take out my Excadrill. This is bad. Glacier is a bad Pokemon. Bad in the best way. That's a +4. Oh no. Okay. I have not given up hope yet. Should I have? Maybe. I have not yet done so. I'm gonna Rock Slide. I'm going to Phantom Force and hope that he goes for my Dragapult. I still have the Sash intact with Tyranitar. This is my team versus Goliath right now. Oh no. I should have just Lash Outed. Why did my brain tell me to hit Fire Punch? I wasn't even thinking at that point. Please go for for Dragapult here. Go for a Hailstorm right into Dragapult. You know you want to change the weather, right? Rock Slide's doing a chunk, I guess. Steel Spike, dang it. Like I said, Focus Sash. He's +2 defense. He has to choose a target. He can only hit one of my Mons, right? He can only hit one at a time. So will I be able to outstall him here with sand and with all that stuff? Maybe. It's very possible I still have a chance this battle. It all depends on how much damage my Dragapult is about to do. I think ideally he attacks my Dragapult and knocks out my Dragapult so I can get one more Rock Slide flinch off. Remember, flinches are still in play here as well. It's not the end of the road yet. There's the Phantom Force. This is not going to do a lot of damage because I'm not very invested. I'm really relying on my Rock Slide. Okay, Rock Slide does connect. I'm going to get the damage off. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, critical hit. That is amazing. That almost went so bad. Anyway, on to the next battle. Another Venusaur Sun team. This time around, he's using his own Dragapult. Okay, my Dragapult is meant to deal with that Dragapult because I'm supposed to be able to take my own, to take a Phantasm in return. So let's actually go with the RIME Dragapult again. In terms of that Cresselia, I'm a little bit worried. I'm also worried against this, that Urshifu. If I bring Excadrill T-Tar, I let that Urshifu roll me over. So let's just go ahead. We'll bring the Finny and we'll bring the T-Tar. We'll leave the Excadrill behind. The reason why we're bringing T-Tar over Excadrill is for the simple fact that we want to change the weather. We don't want to play the weather game. We don't want this Venusaur to be the fastest thing in existence. So let's deal with the weather with the T-Tar at least. Not gonna bringing Thundurus again here. I haven't really seen a reason to yet. Maybe it just doesn't fit on the team very well. I'll make that decision later on. But anyway, that's a nice trainer card. I like how it's like torn in half. That's pretty interesting. What are the leads? We got Dragapult, Urshifu. I think my only play here is to fake out Urshi and to Airstream Urshi. And that's my only play. Urshi threatens me so much. Yes, he can go for Sucker Punch. Oh, no, he can't because we're faking him out. Okay, so we're fine there, too. He has no Psychic Terrain on his team. This should be fine. He could protect. He could switch. He has a lot of options with the Urshifu. But then again, whatever comes in is going to take the Airstream. And if he's going for the Phantasm with his Dragapult, which it looks like he is doing, or she is doing, then we should be able to take this. And then proc our Weakness Policy, guarantee the Oko on the Urshi. And what's great about the Max Airstream is that even if he is Focus Sashed, Then the Urshifu will still go down to the Ice Shard because I will be up faster with the +1 that I'm about to give my Mr. Rime here. Now, if she attacks Mr. Rime, I will have a lot of questions, and I will probably lose. So let's hope that that is not her play. Because for some reason, every time I bring Rime, everyone targets it down. It's like they don't want to even know what it has to do. Like, it's like you don't even give my man a chance. Anyway, this actually gonna be broken by the fake out anyway. I should take this. Eat it up! Look at that weakness policy proc. Tanky Dragapult coming in clutch. And guess what? Now we have the Airstream for next turn. We can outspeed that Dragapult and OHKO it with the weakness policy. That was with Life Orb and all. Amazing. Bye, Urshifu. And with that, Mr. Rime is still here dancing. Dancing his heart away. That crit did not matter. And there's the speed boost. Okay. We are in such a good position here. This is how this team should be working. That last battle, we had to do a lot of switches. Our lead was not ideal. This is how it should be working. So that's good. And we're getting a little bit of a showcase of like what I thought of when I had to build a Mr. Rime team. That's a Venusaur. What is that Venusaur doing there? If he switches the Torkoal out, he totally is, right? My opponent's only win con is to KO my Dragapult, right? So he has to switch his... He has to switch his own Dragapult out to go into Torkoal to do that. I want to go in with T-Tar. I want to go T-Tar, and then I'm going to go Phantasm into Dragapult. Wow, yeah, that hurts. It hurts really bad to do that, though. Because good news is, we're still going to be able to get the sand up last, which is kind of what my goal there was. And we're still going to be able to OHKO the Torkoal. And then the Venusaur is going to OHKO my my own Dragapult, but then we just took care of each other's Dynamaxes, and I just took an extra Pokemon with me, which is a lot better in my opinion. I'll bring him down to his last 2. I will lock him onto the sand. He can no longer change this whether I don't KO it. Wow. Well, that's the problem with bulky Dragapult. If you're against the max HP, max defense Torkoal, you don't take it out. Dang it. Oh well, like at least we got the sand up for now. The problem here being they can go back in. They can switch the Torkoal out again, which is a little bit problematic. To try to preserve the sun up for the late game. Which I think is going to be their play here. So I'm going to go with Rime. And with the Rime, I'm going to go for the Freeze Dry onto the Torkoal just in case it swaps into the Dragapult. I'm also going to Hard Swap into my Finny here. Kind of like a sack. It's not an intentional sack, but it could end up being a sack if he goes for the Leaf Storm into my Tyranitar. I also do get to preserve my Focus Sash here, which is pretty big. And then if he doesn't switch into Dragapult, then that's fine. We get stuck in the sand terrain. I mean the sand weather, which is amazing. And we take care of a Torkoal. Does swap. Okay, good. We're making reads here, folks. We're making really good reads. Goes back into Dragapult. Now this won't KO the Dragapult. I mean, it might. I'm modest. I didn't even expect that. Okay, that's good. I didn't even expect that Sleep Powder, but I'm so happy I swapped into Misty Terrain. Modest! Rime! Deleting a Dragapult. That was kind of funny to see, let me tell you. That was so funny to see. Okay. I'm putting in some work here, folks. What the heck is happening? I did not expect this. They set up the Drought again. But like I said, we have Sand in the back for this very reason. So what we do here is we just swap out the Finny, go back into the T-Tar. And now we can even just... We could Side Shock, actually. We'll Side Shock the Venu to get some damage off, and then the Sand should be enough to take care of the Torkoal. This also does mean that we're probably going to get Heat Wave by this Torkoal. But at least it won't be in the sun. At least we'll have the Assault Vest, and at least we'll be able to get some chip damage off on this Venu for now. Straight Earth Power. Okay, Earth Power, and we need to eat this up. Look at that. Assault Vest is OP, man. We do get the special D drop, which is a little sad. But anyway, let's get this Side Shock off. Oh my god, Mr. Rime! What is happening? What is happening? That should be GG. Wow. That was a crit from the Torkoal too. At -1. I don't even know what to say. That went a lot better than I thought it would. Next one. Dragapult's worst enemy is Bisharp with Stew. Stew and Bisharp. That's a lot of fairy types on a team though. That's a lot of Bisharps on a team. One Bisharp is too many Bisharps. Also, you don't really see these Pokemon too often, like Togekiss and Whim. I honestly think RIME and Dragapult is the best lead again here because we have Fake Out for the Whim. And we also do have Fake Out for the Bisharp if we like want to go that route. I'm a little bit cautious with the Bisharp, but I think the T-Tar Excadrill is our way to go in the back. Do we need Finny? We like the Finny here, but we don't need it. We like the Finny just for the Cinderace. Well, let's hope Excadrill is more than enough to take care of Cinderace, because it should be outspeeding. So as long as we leave it at a little bit of a fire type, we should be outspeeding it and knocking it out. As long as there's like no max airstreams to begin with. But my only hope is no Bisharp. No Bisharp so far. So far, so good. Pretty good spot. We can Fake Out the Whim, which we will. And we can Airstream the Whim, which we will. And I think that is our only play here. There is no reason to ever do anything else. My opponent could switch out the Whim, but I think the Tailwind is too greedy here. And which is probably why they're going to go for it. Tailwind would be the greedy play. Like, it is the juicy play. Like, you want to go for Tailwind in that sense. But at the same time, we have what it takes to KO the Whim. The only good thing about running RIME is that from what I've seen, a lot of people don't know it has Fake Out. My opponent's making decisions. I feel like he might be swapping Whim here. No swaps. Okay, so this should be a straight Oko on the Whim. Sweet, sweet, sweet. And now, if we're also lucky, he targets the Dragapult down, but I highly doubt it. Like that. That Mr. Rime is looking at death right in the face with that Cinderace right there. Also, he's gonna Dynamax the Cinderace. Okay. Yeah, like, I'm looking at death. But hey, if Mr. Rime's only purpose this battle is to set up, you know, just to remove the Tailwind, then thank you, Mr. Rime, for doing your best. I appreciate it so much. I wish there was a way to self-proc my weakness policy after this, but there just isn't. I mean, I could lash out myself, but we're not doing that, folks. That's gonna hurt too much. Max Airstream on the Whimsicott, who did not go for Tailwind, mind you. It might have just been a Moonblast just to try to break a sash on my RIME. Who knows? Sweet, we got rid of the Whim. Steel Spike is going to switch to a Steel type. It is going to go straight into Mr. Rime. This is a little bit sad because he does also raise his defense. Into the Dragapult! You messed up, Tom. You messed up, Tom. Life Orb and all, okay. So now we can Ice Shard ourselves. Beautiful. Send out your Rotom. I don't care. Now what we do is go click the Ice Shard button. And click the Worm. He's a Steel type though. Let's go for the Phantasm just to lower his defenses too. Which helps as well. There's no Defiant Mons on his team. Oh, except that Bisharp. Okay, good. I thought he was going to switch out the Bisharp, get the Defiant boost, and then go for Sucker Punch and destroy my life. Thankfully, that isn't the case. I didn't even attack that Rotom, so this is honestly our best play. This is now a +1 Dragapult because he has +1 defense. So one of our stat boosts is negligible. What will this do? Still straight OHKOs with only 84 investment. Oh. That probably didn't OHKO. But I'm definitely happy it happened. That's amazing. Yeah, I don't think, honestly, I was a little bit surprised. So I don't think that would have OHKO'd. But hey, I mean, sometimes you take things. And that was one of the things we take. Clear Body not going to be affecting us. The Intimidate not going to be affecting us. So here we can just go for the Freeze Draw into the Lando. Followed by the Airstream onto Rotom, just so we outspeed the Lando. Battle is canceled. Oh, sayonara, boys. Mr. Rhyme, Dragapult, taking victories, taking lives. That's what I like to see. Anyway, if you guys want the run to go to this team, for some reason, if you want to try out Mr. Rhyme for yourself, check it out right here. Make sure to grab it while it is up because it will be up for a limited time only. Look forward to our stream tomorrow as well at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And while you're at it, at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be uploading the newest episode of the Pokésports podcast, which is a podcast where me and Mike talk about the competitive scene of Pokemon. We're going to be talking about Players Cup 2 in my run and a bunch of different things that happened during Players Cup 2 as well. With that said, I'm Kevin, this is Pokésports. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.